Hello everyone. Welcome to Dramatically Yours. These are the 10 best romantic, comedy Korean dramas available on Netflix. If you are a fan of romantic comedies, then you are in for a real treat. These compiled K-dramas can put a smile on your face and warm your heart. It's the perfect time to binge watch your heart out. So stick around to know more about these 10 dramas. For more recommendations on the best and newest Asian films and dramas, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Without further ado, in no particular order, let's get to the video. Number 10. Once Upon a Small Town. Han Ji-yeol works as a veterinarian in Seoul. One day, he receives a phone call from his grandfather. His grandfather doesn't mention specifics, but his voice sounds serious. Han Ji-yeol decides to go to Hidong village, where his grandfather lives and runs an animal clinic. There, Han Ji-yeol meets police officer On Ja-young. It turns out his grandfather is actually touring Europe. According to the note left by his grandfather, Han Ji-yeol has to take over his grandfather's animal clinic for a half year, while his grandfather is away. Even when On Ja-young was preparing for her test to become a police officer, she wanted to work as a police officer in Hidong village, where she grew up. She helps Han Ji-yeol solve inconveniences related to his daily life in the village and they develop a romantic relationship. Number 9. Touch Your Heart. Oh Yoon-seo is a popular actress. She is famous for her beautiful appearance, but her acting is bad. She gets involved in a scandal with the son from a chaebol family. Her acting career declines precipitously. Oh Yoon-seo hears that a famous screenwriter wants her to play the lead female role for a drama series. The character works as a secretary for a lawyer. To gain experience for the role, Oh Yoon-seo is required to work as a lawyer's secretary for a few months. Meanwhile, Kwon Young-rok is an attorney for a law firm. He is arrogant and cold-hearted. One day, his boss asks Kwon Young-rok to let actress Oh Yoon-seo work as his secretary for 3 months. He is not happy about the situation, but he has to accept. Number 8. 100 Days My Prince. Lee Yeol, Crown Prince of Joseon, is a perfectionist who disregards most royal palace nobles. His cold and demanding demeanor masks deeply rooted loneliness. He comes to pass a law stating that Korean citizens of marriageable age must wed before the age of 28. Hong Shim is a strong, intelligent woman who supports herself and her father. After an attempt on his life, Crown Prince Lee Yeol is severely injured and finds himself under the care of the Hong household. He's experiencing temporary amnesia, and now unaware of his identity, he is free to wander at will as a commoner. Due to the law he himself passed, Hong Shim, now the oldest unmarried woman in her village, must marry or face punishment from officials. Lee Yeol proposes to Hong Shim that they ought to marry. Can their budding romance withstand Lee Yeol's eventual recovery, with his memory fully intact? Number 7. The King's Affection. The story is set during the Joseon dynasty, at a time when twins were considered an ominous sign. As a result, when the crown princess consort gives birth to twins, an order is sent to kill the daughter. To save her, she is secretly sent out of the palace. A few years later, the twin daughter Dam-i returns to the palace to work as a maid. When the male twin, Lee Wai, loses his life through a case of mistaken identity, their mother, having recognized her daughter as court maid Dam-i, persuades her to take Lee Wai's place. Although she distances herself from everybody, Dam-i starts developing feelings for Yoon Ji-woon, her original first love and later teacher who comes from a noble family. Number 6. Startup. Set in South Korea's fictional Silicon Valley called Sandbox, Startup tells the story of people in the world of startup companies. Seo Dalmi is a bright and ambitious young woman who dreams of becoming Korea's Steve Jobs. Dalmi doesn't have a fancy background, but she's passionate about her work. She has bright energy and is a person of great vitality, having experience in a wide range of part-time jobs. Nam Do-san is the founder of Samsung Tech. A math genius, or genius savant, as a young boy, Do-san was once the pride of his family but became their shame now, as his business has been going down for the past 2 years. He finds out that Dalmi mistakenly remembers him as a secret pen pal whom she thinks of as her first love, so he decides to work his way up in hopes of turning that misunderstanding into reality. Number 5. Dolly and Cocky Prince. As a young boy, Muhak grew up in the market as a peddler. Although he is ignorant, he is strong-willed and knows how to make money. He is now the managing director of Don Don F&B, a global restaurant chain that his family started as a small gamjatang diner. However, he isn't dignified and only cares about money. He meets Dali, the only daughter and child of an upper-class family who runs an art gallery. She has a profound deep knowledge of things. She gets faced with bankruptcy due to her father's sudden death and begins a hard life. Muhak and Dali start a relationship as a creditor and debtor over the art gallery. Will these two polar opposites understand each other and fall in love? Number 4. My Love from the Star. The story starts out with an alien ship landing on Earth, particularly Joseon, or the ancient Korea, in 1609. Fast forward 400 years, Do Min-jun, an alien who looks very human, young and seriously handsome, hasn't aged a day since living on Earth. He's a professor in Korea and lives an isolated life with only one friend who's aware of his true identity. Cheon Song-yi is a spunky, blunt and seemingly self-absorbed actress struggling with her career and a load of anti-fans. She moves next door in Min-jun's apartment complex and the sparks begin to fly, what with Min-jun unable to sleep with his super hearing, and Song-yi singing loudly in her apartment, to her drunkenly entering his house and falling asleep on his couch. Try as he might to disentangle his life from the beautiful, crazy actress, they keep running into each other more and more. Things start to get dangerous as a person close to Song-yi is a diabolical villain with deadly intentions against her. A real romance starts to brew between the more than 400-year-old alien professor and the sassy actress, but Min-jun is an alien who never intended to remain on Earth for long. His time is coming near an end. Like any K-drama, My Love from Another Star is fully a romance and the plot focuses intently on the couple throughout the run of the show. Number 3. Weightlifting fairy Kim Bok-ju. Bok-ju is a weightlifter who is pursuing her dream of winning the gold medal, but she then finds romance for the first time in her life. While she is a woman who trains with heavy steel weights, she is also very feminine when it comes to relationships. Focusing solely on weightlifting would jeopardize her relationship, but leaving her weightlifting career for love would keep her from attaining her dreams. Can she find a way to have love as well as glory at the age of 20? The characters within this drama are elite athletes in weightlifting, swimming and rhythmic gymnastics who work hard to reach their goals in life. It covers their coming-of-age stories and relationships through hectic life. Number 2. Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha. Yoon Hae-jin, an accomplished dentist from Seoul, goes to the idyllic seaside village of Gongjin on her late mother's birthday after her life goes awry. After a conflict with her boss, she escapes the city to a seaside village where she'd vacationed to before as a little girl. When she learns the village is without a dentist, she decides to set up her practice there permanently. As the former city dweller's stiff and guarded demeanor almost immediately rubs the locals the wrong way, in steps the free-spirited jack of all trades, Hong Du-shik, also known as Chief Hong. There to help her learn to navigate life in a small village, albeit they don't hit it off well at first. The romantic drama depicts the growing romance between the two, as well as the lives of other Gongjin's residents. Number 1. It's okay to not be okay. Moon Gangtae lives with his older brother Moon Sangtae, who is autistic. They frequently move from town to town ever since Sangtae witnessed their mother's murder. Gangtae works as a caregiver in a psychiatric ward at every place they settle in. While working in a hospital, he meets a famous children's book writer, Ko Moon Young, who is rumored to have antisocial personality disorder. Circumstances lead Gangtae to work at the OK Psychiatric Hospital in the fictional Seongjin City, the same city where they all lived when they were young. Meanwhile, Moon Young forms a romantic obsession for Gangtae after finding out that their pasts overlap. She follows him to Seongjin, where the trio, including Sangtae, slowly begins to heal each other's emotional wounds. They unravel many secrets, seek comfort from each other and move forward in their lives. That was all the 10 best romantic comedy Korean dramas on Netflix. If there are any dramas that you think should have been in this list, let me know in the comments and don't forget to like and subscribe.